What's up, y'all? It's Tyrese Haliburton here with BR Kicks, unboxing my Puma Hali 1. As a kid, I always wanted to collect whatever shoes were coming out. And once you get to the NBA, you've kind of reached your dream. And I think that there's levels to obtaining more things, and it's a dream to have your own shoe. You know, kids are gonna be looking for, and people are gonna be looking for to wear with fits and wear around. It's very special. The coolest part of the shoe for me is just like the cat in general. Something big that I want to do is create a silhouette and create something that didn't look like everything else. Most Pumas have like a form stripe. I would say that this is one of, if not the only Puma that doesn't feature that at all. And I think that that's really cool because there's certain colorways like the hibiscus colorway that I debuted in the finals where that cat is like muted. The opal colorway, it jumps out at you. So I think that's like really my favorite part of the shoe overall.
One of the talks early on was your logo.
Yeah, I had a logo that like my boy made in high school, like a lot of athletes these days. Just doing something that kind of created like a whole rebrand. Talking with Salehi, it was like every athlete nowadays, their logos are so initial based, sharp edges and everything. Everybody's kind of look the same. There's not a ton of variation. And so we're just trying to create something that's a little different. So he was like, you know, when you talk to the designer, like talk about doing things that are a little bit more abstract. When I saw this, my eyes kind of lit up right away because I knew right away that this was something that I really liked. Obviously, it still features my initials. There still is a T and an H, like you have to look to see it. But then there's two dots on the end, which to me represent Oshkosh, where I'm from, and the number 0. This is about creating the branding for me as a whole, and it's not just for sneakers, it's for clothing, hats, chains. It just looks really good on everything, honestly, so I love it. It's like so hard when you're sitting in these meetings. What are you looking for in a shoe? It's like I'm gonna give you the same answer that everybody's gonna give. I just want them to be light, I want them to be comfortable, I want the traction to be good. The lightweight part and the traction part, those are like the easier parts. Making a shoe that looks good, I think that's like a difficult task. And partnering with Salehi, being somebody who, you know, has a lot of experience in the footwear world, trying to create something that looked really good. And I feel like we kind of hit it out of the park. Just the way that they look can be worn in many different ways with many different things, and I feel like we did a really good job with that.
Are there any details you want to point out that are related to the opal colorway?
Yeah, I think hibiscus obviously being the first colorway that I wore, it's like a muted pink, right? It's like not so like in your face. Talking with Salehi, just trying to do something where we wanted the first color to be something that had a little bit more pop to it. Blue is a funny color to me because growing up, I didn't own anything blue. My rival high school back home is blue. Like it was like a no-no to wear blue, honestly, especially like this like royal blue. The first sneaker I ever put out is that color is pretty funny, but I just wanted to do something that had a little bit more pop to it, and I think blue is kind of a great representation of that.
What ran through your mind when you first saw this shoe now?
The first meeting I ever had, Salehi pulled out a 3D print of the shoe. And it's funny looking back, and I'm curious to see what people see from that print that we took off and that we kept. There were things that like I was like, no, I like that, I don't like that, like let's switch this and that, and ultimately it became this. Salehi had an idea that he really rocked with. My first wear test was in December. To walk in a room and see a bunch of colorways on the table of the shoe was very special. Every time I've seen him since, it makes me smile.
How many samples would you say you went through?
Really only, so I had a wear test in December, wore them, gave my notes. After they went back, tweaked some things, that was the pair I wore in the finals. It was only really one wear test. I was obsessed with the traction from like right away. And I always tell people this, like by far the best traction I've ever had on a basketball shoe. I'm biased, of course, it's my shoe. I remember being in the wear test gym, squeaking, and like, damn, like these are crazy, you know? Figured out a couple of tweaks that we wanted to make, we made them. I was wearing them through the playoffs and practice. Our equipment manager would run in with all pro nitros for me to put on so people didn't see these. And so like I was kind of having to hide them from the world. Me and Salehi were like, when's the right time to wear them? Of course, Salehi being a Knicks fan was like, wear them in the Garden, wear them in the Eastern Conference Finals. And I was like, no, because we're gonna beat the Knicks, and I think we can wear them in the finals. I really, truly think that it's the greatest like launch of a shoe ever.
Final seconds, no fouls to give. Haliburton looking, Haliburton driving, pulls up, jump shot. It's good! It's good! With 0.3 of a second remaining, Tyrese Haliburton does it again!
Game winner in game 1 of the finals and debut of my signature sneakers, so yeah.
Going back to the creative process, so you have someone that's experienced like Salehi. What was that dynamic working with him?
I really enjoyed it. He's somebody who is really in tune with the culture, with sneaker culture, and so he knows trends, knows things that are kind of lasting forever, and I think that was kind of the big deal was Salehi designed it, it's my shoe, like we want to both really like it. I know he's a huge fan, I'm a huge fan of it, and I feel like that was what was important. I think where we differentiate sometimes is like he'll send me a color and I'll be like, that's whack. I'll send him a color and he'll be like, that's whack. Like if it was up to me, I would convince Puma to make 1,000,000 colors. You know what I'm saying? So like having as many of these is really cool to me, and I think there's a lot of flavors and a lot of things people will see in the future.
This shoe obviously will be globally available soon. That includes NBA players
Yeah.
that will probably line up and play against you. What do you think that means to you, and is there an edge that gives you?
You know, I think there's always been like the joke of don't wear somebody's sneakers when you're playing against them. I look forward to who that's gonna be first. I really feel like that's like the ultimate respect. I think it's like love and support, and it gets a little crazy when it's really a brotherhood. There's only so many of us. So I look forward to seeing guys rock them. I look forward to seeing people rock them in the streets and kids on court. And yeah, those will all be special moments.
Is there anyone you want to see wear your shoe on the court?
Number one right now, I would say is Josh Giddey, because he just signed with Puma. I've been able to grow like a really cool relationship with him just through both being sneakerheads. Like that's literally how our relationship started, like just talking about shoes, and now we like text pretty often. There's definitely people I'd love to see in the W rock 'em. Skylar Diggins, she wore like my All-Pro P in the All-Star game. To be able to get her in these would be really cool. Shout out BR Kicks, appreciate you guys chopping it up with me. Get your Puma Hali one soon.